What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? Willa Dreams, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Alright, we here. Damn, hair looking once again, looking like absolute shit. Cause I didn't need to do my hair because I've been home all day. Yo, get up here. I guess she don't wanna. Let's see. Damn, it really does look like shit. Oh well. Dio, come on, please. Work with me. Get over here. Okay, guess she don't wanna. Yeah, she don't wanna. And it is actually hot as shit. I might have to go grab my my fan. Let's see. And in the meantime, today, behind the scenes, I've been working on something that I'm actually pretty excited for. Because since we're on break week for One Piece, hold up. Yo, Diva, welcome. Here we go. So on Thursday, I'll be doing a new type of stream for the first time, which I'm pretty nervous about. It's related to One Piece, but I'll wait a little bit longer until more people join the stream before I can give you guys like a full idea or like a full description of what it is. Let's pull up TCB because there's apparently no Kubari link, which is annoying. Is there? Come on, there has to be a Kubari. Oh, there is. Yes, Kubari. There is a Kubari. Oh, fuck yes, there is a Kubari link. Good shit. Okay, let's switch scenes. Be back in a moment. Gotta go grab my fan because it is hot as shit. All right, we here. So, One Piece, chapter 1115. A second hype chapter in a row. I mean, it's more than hype, to be honest. It is actual peak. Let me switch to some One Piece music. It was worth the hype. I'm glad I did not get spoiled. Although I did have some technical difficulties. Dio, please. You get up here. Nope. Dio, come on. Hey. So weird. She doesn't like that. She doesn't want to sleep there anymore. Yeah. Shall we get started? All right, so yeah, I guess we'll just get started. Let's get into it. No time to waste. There's a lot of thoughts that I have about this chapter. I actually have a much clearer mind than for the previous chapter. And I might bring up some stuff from the previous chapter because there's some stuff might be linked together some dots that I'm able to connect. And hopefully we'll actually make some progress in terms of figuring shit out because there was a lot going on. A lot happened. So we start off with Loki. A kid Loki, which is, I mean, the size of him is like he's already way over the size of an adult giant. Oh well, someone unsubscribed. It is what it is. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, let me close this. And we have this version of the Rocks Pirates arriving. We have Shiki, Air Newgate, Rocks himself, and Buckingham, Miss Buckingham Stussy, approaching Loki. And Loki's like, yeah, this elbaf pops in here. He's on a voyage. And then he just goes full racist, I guess. You're all puny humans. This is the first time I've seen one moving all around for real. Oh, how cute. And I think that's Stussy saying that. Like, it's not pointed to anyone, but given that there's a heart at the end, I'm gonna assume that it's Stussy. Hang on, did you say Pops? You're Harold's kid? And something I missed during the live reaction, the name of the chapter, the Rocks Pirates, which is, I mean, I was told it was a spoiler, but not really. I could have just read it perfectly fine. I'm guessing he can still be reached, even if he's away, right? What's your name? Loki. Alright, Loki. Just do what I tell you. Get on home and get someone to send an urgent word to your pops. Tell him to say, Loki has been seriously hurt. You've got to return to Elbaf at once. Loki, full arrogance. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Do I look like I take orders from a human? You seriously expect my father to drop everything because I said I'm hurt? Just because I'm hurt? What's going on with this room? I cleaned it today. It should not be this. Ah, man, it's like there's something in here that I'm allergic to. Hold up. Alright, we back. Yeah, right, says Loki. Besides, someone as weak looking as you has no right to boss me around. And then, this is the first thing that caught my attention, because that is the exact same pose as Roger. The exact same pose, 1-to-1. And the only difference can I maybe do this? Hold up. If I do this, scroll down, and put them right next to each other. Okay, so the pose is 1-to-1. The only difference is the hockey. Because this has sparked, at least in my streams, a lot of discussions. Because this is what was caused a lot of discussions and confusion. At least for me. Because from apparently everyone else, the moment they see Black Lightning, they assume it's Conqueror's hockey. And although this is most likely Conqueror's hockey, it is drastically different. It looks drastically different from what... Yo, Jay, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Because now we have... There's no... So now I have a perfect 1-to-1 example to finally show what I mean when I say that we cannot be sure that someone is using Conqueror's hockey or not. And although, like I said, Rox is most likely using Conqueror's Haki here, you cannot tell me that there's not a difference between, like, even Whitebeard. Like, you can see Whitebeard right next to him. Like it looks like Conqueror's Haki leaking, like from Roger or Zebek. But by the way, I'm not saying Rox is not using Conqueror's Haki here. I'm just saying, I'm just showcasing like the difference in how it's drawn. Like for Roger, it looks like it's actually pouring out of the sword, but with Zebek, I'm guessing the man. I really need I don't think Oda's gonna showcase us like properly, although he has mentioned, he had Gaban mention that there's a specific way to use Conqueror's Haki against like Emu and the Holy Knights. So what if he means they have to use it like Roger? Because like it looks like the Haki from Zebek is coming out of the sword, and it's multiple streaks. But for Whitebeard and Roger, it's one thick black streak of Haki. Like it's overflowing. Like when we first saw it, we could not, like, it was unreal. Like the amount of Haki they were pouring into it. And the only other time we've seen it was during Luffy and Kaido's fight. After that, never again. Oh, and Zoro, yeah, Zoro, yeah. When he used it towards the end, yeah, because it was like with Zoro, it was actually like leaking out or pouring out of his sword. Like there was so much, just like what Roger and Whitebeard were doing, at least in the manga version. So I really hope that this is on purpose and not Oda just like changing the design of Conqueror's Haki without any explanation. If that's the case, that would be so confusing and kind of annoying. But I really hope that it turns out to be like a actual difference in the type of Conqueror's Haki. And because we have, like with Roger and Whitebeard, because they know, like both of them are like at the top of the verse, they know each other's strengths, so they poured everything they got into every bit of Conqueror's Haki they have into their weapon. And that's why it's so prominent and thick. And for Zebek, because he's fighting a kid, so he just like rouses Conqueror's Haki a little bit, just for that little oomph, I guess. That's the only explanation I can give it. It's like the amount of Haki they put into it. It's more like Roger and Whitebeard has more depth to it. It looks more potent. And I'm gonna assume, like I said, that it's because Whitebeard and Roger, they put a lot more into it because they were fighting each other. And Zebek only put a little bit into it because, I mean, he's fighting a kid. So there's no need for Zebek to go just like to put this amount of Haki into it, because that would straight up kill Loki. That's the only explanation that I can think of. But I really hope Oda gives us a proper explanation. Because during all of Egghead, we haven't seen this shit. We haven't seen Conqueror's Haki being used like that. And I don't think even Shanks, when he took down Kid, he did not put this amount of Haki into it. Wait, camera's off? Wait, sure? It looks good. Maybe it lagged for a bit, which is possible. And another thing that annoys me, that is a bit annoying, I haven't seen anyone else like make this comparison. Like, why am I the only one noticing this? So people just see black streaks of lightning and they assume it's Conqueror's Haki. okay, fair assumption, but you have to acknowledge that there's a stark difference in what's being showcased. Oh, glitch? I mean, fair enough. It looks fine, I guess. So I really hope that that Oda did it on purpose, and that we just have to wait for an explanation, because that would make me so happy if Oda actually gives us showcases a difference. Because honestly, even if Oda just decided to change the way it looks, I really prefer how it looks on Roger and Whitebeard. It looks so sick. Like, it looks almost demonic, like how it's pouring out of the sword. Okay, let's continue. So that was the first thing that I noticed, like that the pose was the exact same as Roger's. Like immediately picked up on that because I reread that moment, like when it came out, so many times. And then this, which then he takes the pose of Shanks's attack, Shanks's version of the Divine Departure. Kamusari. Manga. Oh, right, except he does it with his right hand, of course. So I wonder if there's a link, because Zebek, Roger, and Shanks, they all use the same type of sword. So I wonder if there's it's the sort, the kind of sword that like requires a certain, or like fits better with that kind of attack. But with Zebek, it's completely different because he's shooting straight up air cannons out of his sword. Like Hakoku Sovereignties on the regular. Like that's his base. So, Rock's swordsmanship was renowned for its brutal impact akin to a giant hammer or cannon fire. It was said to blow everything in the surrounding vicinity away. Which is, that is 100% my shit. Like, how do I say it? Like, in the video games in general, like, I always choose like the AoE attacks. Like, I want the big strong damage as big as possible. And to Rock's, apparently, he's that kind of fighter. Like, even though he's using like a pretty, how do you say it? Dio, for the love of Christ, come on. Get up here. Like, even though he's not using like a heavy weapon, like he's producing a lot of heavy attacks out of it. I remember when Zoro got Kaido in so many cock streaks. Right, because they didn't, because I think, if I were to guess, I think that was just a visual decision from Oda. Because he did not, like, I think Oda wanted like Kaido to tell the viewer, to tell the reader, if that makes sense. But then another argument is that because Zoro was not aware of it, that Oda could not really show it. Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to Conqueror's Haki. Because as we know, Oda also uses this same type of thin black lightning. He also uses it for how do you say it? Armament Haki. Yeah, there's something. So I don't get why people always get so worked up when I just tell them, hold up, we're not sure yet. Just like the right after Thunderbagwa, you see chapter 1010, one of the best chapters. Oh my god, wrong. Let's see. What the hell happened to TCB? The fuck? Okay, that was weird. 1010. And if I recall correctly, it was called Conqueror's Hockey. Yeah, it is. So you say, just check, but right after Thunderbagwa, see for yourself. So yeah, obviously he takes down Luffy. Law, the MVP of the arc. Injection shot right in Kaido's throat. Use comic site? For an old reference. What do you mean? Oh, ad free? I mean, I've heard of comic. Let's see. Comic. Oh shit, fully colored. I mean, I'm not seeing comic. Oh, comic.io, let's see. One Piece. Let's go back to this one. Okay, so Zoro obviously cuts Kaido. There's only blood. No Haki lightning. Boy, don't tell me you can use the collar of the Supreme King too. And I'm so sad I was not live reacting back then. That would have been so... This would probably be my best live stream if I streamed this chapter. Oh, what are you talking about? Don't have an idea what you mean. And then he goes... Lightning... Thunderbagwa. Okay, so the colorist... Okay, I need a black and white version of this. Hold up. Yeah, exactly. Here. This exactly. Yo, Milo, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, this is the exact... Like I said earlier, it's throughout the whole fight between Luffy and Kaido that we get that same amount... No, I was on comic, but it didn't find One Piece. So here, comic. One Piece. Now it suddenly finds it. Okay. One Piece. Bro, where's the regular chapters? Official colored? Okay. So that's 10. Ooh, 10. 11. Okay, Conquers Hockey. Okay, so yeah. Leo, fuck off. So, Zoro cuts Kaido. Thunderbagwa Yeah. Takes down. We see that, like, just like how Whitebeard and Roger did it. Like the thick, prominent Haki lightning, although in the colored version it's purple. And then in comes Luffy. They do the clash without touching. Wait, change color type to... Can I change the color type? How do I do that? Man. Let's go to TCB because I was looking for the black and white version. Fucking ads. Okay. Yeah, the TCB version was also colored. So let's see. Where's the Raimei Hake? Okay, so here it's okay. So here we can actually see Oda's intention, because we see the regular lightning, which is the Thunder Bagua, and then we see the Haki streaks in between, and then we see it very prominent in here. Official colored. So there's one piece. Let's see, is this the one? Yo, come on, go fucking... There's so many translations. Okay, 10, 11. Okay, chapter 10, 10, official. God of the Supreme... Oh, actually, no, let's not do that, because that was the era where the official was garbage. And TCB's translation was on point. Okay, so here we are. Yo, Shadow, welcome to the stream. Oh, whoops. Kind of fucked it up. Gaming with... Okay, sure. Have fun. What are you playing? So this, like this arrow, this was peak TCB. So finally, we're back. Okay, so in here we do see some streaks, but I think that's an after image of the Ashura. Also, okay, fair enough. Good shit. So for Zoro, yeah, we do not see any Haki streaks. And then we have the Thunder Bagua, Raimei Hake, and like I said, we do have like the prominent, like the lightning from the attack itself, and then Conqueror's Haki mixed in between. And then we see it very clear, the actual Haki lightning coming out of the blade, which is drastically different from what Zebek is doing here. And again, I think it has to be because there's no other way. It has to be because Kaido is going all out and Zebek is not. I cannot find any other explanation other than that Kaido, Whitebeard, and Roger, they put everything in, like all their Haki, they're pouring all their Haki into their attacks. Whereas Zebek was holding back drastically. Look for Luffy's attack in the same chapter, yeah. So that's what I was getting to. So Luffy, no build up, just speed blitz and they clash. But we do see the thickness of the Haki. Like it's much thicker than what we've seen throughout. Ever since this fight ended, ever since Luffy beat Kaido, we've not seen like Haki streaks this thick. And here, yeah, pouring out of his hand, out of his fist. Like, this is what I want. It's only getting more. Like, this is confirming my annoyances. Which, if this is the case, then ever since Luffy beat Kaido, we haven't seen Conqueror's Haki being used in this way. Similar, yeah, exactly. And then he hits him, and like there's a distance. Like, Luffy does not touch him. And again, so like the Haki was pouring out of it, and now people say that this. Oh, so I'm gonna say that this is Conqueror's Haki because Zebek, he's a fucking maniac. But it's not the same level. Like, seems like, but yeah. And also with Kaido's Ragnarok attack. What was it? 3 worlds Ragnarok. That's where it's. What the? No, give me Kaido. I can't type for shit. And look for the Ragnarok attack. It's oozing out Conqueror's Haki. And we have not seen this level of Conqueror's Haki since Onigashima. But now whenever people see Black Lightning, they assume it's Conqueror's Haki, even though it does not look the same at all. And after that, I think Vincent Chansard was the one who confirmed that the White Star gun did not have any Conqueror's Haki in it. That was just regular armament. So Luffy has not used it since. Holy shit, did we just convert from ACOG? I don't know. I want to lean towards that it's the amount that they're pouring into it. So let's say that Kaido is giving 100% of his Haki into his attack, and Roger and Whitebeard did the same thing, and then for this effect, Zebek maybe gave like 5% of Conqueror's Haki. That is a possibility. But then we have Gaban, who a couple chapters ago said, be mindful of the way you use Conqueror's Haki. So either this version or this version, one of those two has to be sloppy and reckless. And I really hope that this is like the reckless or like sloppy one, because I really like how this looks. It looks so fucking cool, like seeing the lightning like pouring out of the weapon, out of the attacks. Yeah, this was peak TCB, like back when they were giving colorists a chance to shine. Ooh, great! Goddamn, I forgot she pulled this off. So, either during this flashback or after the flashback ends, we are going to get an answer, because Luffy and Zoro are going to have to face Imu and the Holy Knights, and they have to figure out to use that Conqueror's Haki differently. But I think we can only continue this conversation around Haki when Luffy finally faces off against Gunko Imu. I think if you see the Haki bending, it's ACOG, if not, but wait, I think if they're using it, you see their Conqueror's Haki bending. if it's ACOG, it's ACOG. If not, what do you mean by bending? Oh, you mean like this bending? And so which is which then? Because this... Oh, hold up. No, I see the difference. I see the difference. But like, which one is which? So I'm gonna assume that this is like actual Advanced Conquerors hockey. Wait, you think this is... No, wait. No. This was the introduction of ACOG. Like Kaido and Luffy using it like that. Actually, Roger and Whitebeard using it. We didn't know what it was, but then we saw Luffy and Kaido use it. And that's when we gave it the term, like the name ACOG, Advanced Conquerors Hockey. So this has to be something different. Unless we're looking too deep into it and Oda just decided to change how it looks. Which would be a shame. And another difference. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Another difference, which I didn't pick up on. Where is it? Hold up. Am I tripping? Or does it look like Zebek's sword is not black? Because Whitebeard and Roger, their blades, they actually turn black from the hockey. But with Zebek, it doesn't look like that's the case. But then again, it's a very small panel, so maybe Oda just didn't have like a way to like show it properly. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, I mean the blade doesn't, it looks regular, like there's no hockey coating on it. Like how Zoro does it. Because when Zoro was fighting King, all his blades were black. Like when he finally accepted to give Enma all his hockey, his blades were like, they were pitch black. But with Zebek, that's not the case. And with Kaido, that was discussion from the jump, like we were not sure if he was using hockey or not. Until this, it looks like Roger's blade. I mean, I might be tripping, honestly. But it looks like Zebek's blade looks much lighter. Come on, work with me here. And as you guys most likely have also noticed, he's doing the like Shanks' version of like the Shanks' pose of the attack. So I was getting to it early, but then I got sidetracked again. But I wonder if it's a certain type of sword skill. Okay, yeah, don't worry. Because Shanks, what's Kamusari? Like it's kind of the same pose as Shanks' slash. Shadow. Would be interesting to see someone in the current world use Sebek's explosive sword. Yeah, that would be so dope. Like I really like that sword technique. Like it looks so raw and sloppy, and it's so fucking dope. Not I'm saying that it's like a sloppy technique, but it just looks like that. Yeah, so look at Shanks here. It's an inward slash, and he does the exact same pose except with his right hand. Except with Shanks, it's a proper slash with a fuck ton of hockey. And with Sebek, oh, that's actually interesting. I didn't. There's no hockey in the blast itself. There's no hockey in here. Like there's no hockey streaks, which makes sense because it's a kid. Like there's no need for that. But I like that. I really like that it's an actual cannon coming out of it. It's really dope. Like a cannon attack or an air cannon. So someone say Sebek is who kitty. Oh damn, that's that's wild. I mean, it's not inaccurate, but that's brutal. But yeah, it's actually true. Like, damn, I'm hearing some loud ass music in the distance. But Sebek is a lot smarter. Like he's a lot more calculated. Even though it seems reckless what he's doing, like he knew what he was up to. Like for example, Kid would not have stopped here. Kid would have continued attacking until he died. But Sebek, having some brains, for one reason or another, like he knew there was nothing more that he could do in that moment. What does that mean? Why is he not able to do anything? Like he's right there. He could, like he has the hockey. Why is he not able to take down Emu here? Like it's only them there. Like it doesn't look like there's any interruptions. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna assume that Sebek did try to attack Emu, but decided to stop afterwards. Took down an admiral without effort. I'm not gonna say without effort because he does look a bit roughed up in here. Like there's some blood in his face, there's some scratches, so I'm gonna say he did take some damage from the admiral. Like I'm all for admiral slander, but let's not overdo it. And then we have Gunko. Wait, let me see. No, not Funko, Gunko. What the? Am I writing it wrong? Jeez, okay. Okay, so I was wondering. Yeah, so in present time, Gunko's mouth is also covered. And here too, for whatever reason, Gunko's mouth is covered. In both in the flashback, although here it looks more like a religious garb. At least it gives off that vibe. And in the present time, it's with bandages. Looks like yeah, kind of, yeah, like because yeah, I see what you mean. like, what does this mean though? Like, the man claimed to be Davy Jonesian pirate, which has been explained, but he knew there was nothing more he could do in that moment. Like by no means is Zebek weak. Like you said, he took down an admiral. So I don't think it's a strength-related issue that Zebek is dealing with here. There has to be more. And I wonder if it's the same reason why Roger said he was too early in Laugh-Tale. Both Roger and Zebek decided they could not do anything when they finally reached the pinnacle. For Zebek, it being Emu, and for Roger being Laugh-Tale. Okay, fuck off, Dio. Being annoying. Well. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think is going on here? Yeah, Holy Knights and Elders, we still don't know to damage them permanently. I mean, we're gonna know soon. Gaban said they're not immortal. They can be damaged. They can be killed. And at least one of the ways is the way Conqueror's Haki is used. Like he said to Luffy, be mindful of the way you use Conqueror's Haki. So I would assume that also applies to Emu, maybe to like a higher degree. But for the Holy Knights, at least. Okay, let's be real. I was watching King of Lightning stream earlier today. His reaction to this chapter, and he was wondering where the Holy Knights were. Let's be fucking real. Zebek would have killed them if they showed up. Zebek would have straight up killed them. Like, the Holy Knights just showed up in elbaf. None of them have what it takes to beat the Straw Hats in a fair fight. Like, they haven't even shown anything coming even close to like an admiral. Or even nothing even close to a commander. Like, they wouldn't get past a Marco, a King, Queen, Katakuri. They are afraid to unrange an Emperor. But Zebek is alone. Like, he does not, at this point, he does not have a crew. And that's the crazy part. Like, he went there solo. No backup, no crew, nothing. He just went in there. Decided to take a look for himself while looking for something. He was there all by himself. Only one admiral was present. Emu, supposedly the strongest being in the verse, didn't attack. But like, that's another question that I had. Why didn't Emu do anything? Like, the moment Emu noticed Sabo, went straight for the attack. But then Zebek is here, and Emu just looking at him like, oh, fuck it. No elders, no. I keep telling. The elders would have fucking died. I'm telling you, they do not match up to emperors. So anyone who has ever said that the emperors are, that the Gorosei can beat Kaido one-on-one, no, you're fucking dumb. That's not the case. I've had so many people in stream telling me that they simply followed the logic that because the Gorosei came after Kaido, that they have to be stronger than Kaido. That is not how that works. Not for One Piece. Like, look at what it took them to take down Kaido. They had to prep for God knows how long, like for the Scabbards at least, the Law had to make plans, like weaken him by destroying the factories, working together with Luffy, teaming up with the Minks, the Samurai, two Whitebeard crew members, and they had to use an ambush to try to catch them by surprise, and even then it was not guaranteed. Meanwhile, five elders, all 5 Gorosei, did not take down a single Straw Hat. So what does that tell you? The only one who could have stood a chance was Venus Juro, because he was the only one who showcased some actual fighting skill. The rest of them, they were just spamming their demonic abilities. There was no combat. There was no combat ability. There was no fighting intelligence. They were just spamming their shit. And Luffy did not go all out, as we established earlier. Ever since he beat Kaido, he has not used Advanced Conquerors once. He's been playing. Even the White Star gun, he one-shotted an Admiral without using Conqueror's Haki, which is fucking wild. And now we finally have a reason for Luffy to use it, because there's apparently no other way to damage the Holy Knights in Imu. But then still raises the question, why did none of them here, like Zebek, Gunko, and Imu, why did they not do anything here? For Zebek, I can understand. He came to the conclusion that he cannot do anything. But Imu, why did Imu not do anything? Why did Imu not attack? Where's that childish arrogance that Imu has showcased every single time? Like, they're together here with Gunko. Where's that aggression that Imu showed when Sabo infiltrated? Do we have to put Imu in Fraud Watch? On Fraud Watch? Because Sabo obviously is weaker than Imu. And Imu just straight up attacked. And now that an actual menace is sitting right there in front of Imu, they just decide to just sit it out. Why is no one talking about putting Imu on Fraud Watch? Unfazed and unbothered, that doesn't add up. Where's that classical arrogance that Imu always showcases? Kind of goes both ways. Imu, why was Imu not, it's Zebek. Why would Imu not be worried? I'm pretty sure Zebek has the power to take down Imu if he wants to. Unless somehow Zebek is being extorted or blackmailed, or Zebek knows, or Zebek has just straight up told Imu, okay, fine, I'm gonna stop, I'm not gonna do anything. And even if, I mean, this is basically a surrender from Zebek. He straight up told him, like, alright, I can do anything here, I'll be back later. Would Imu be someone to take hostages? Would Imu be someone to accept surrender? It doesn't add up. I don't see it that way. For me, it's just Imu being arrogant by... But that it's not consistent with Imu's behavior. Like Imu... Like just simply knowing the existence of Imu is a sin. Yo, welcome back, Jay. King Cobra, his death was signed the moment he knew about Imu's existence. There was no escape for him there. They straight up told him, now that you know Imu exists, you cannot be allowed to live. Zebek sees Imu, he knows who Imu is and what they're about. Yet he is allowed to live. And I want to know why. It doesn't look like it's fear. It doesn't look like Emu is feared. Is afraid. So, what reason would that be? Like Emu just straight up let someone escape who knows of the existence of Emu. And they tried to bury. Like they kept Zebek's name low profile. And only like the veteran Marines know about him. I feel like Emu didn't expect his arrival and departure. Yeah, but that same goes for Sabo. Sabo infiltrated Marijois, went all the way to the throne, and when he got caught, Emu instantly attacked. Like it was like there was no hesitation whatsoever. Oh, you've seen me? You're fucking dying. So where's that energy right now? Yo, Chut Paglo, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. And there has to be a reason. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Like this behavior, it's not consistent with how we've seen Emu move in the past. Unless... Okay, here's a theory. So for hundreds of years, Emu has lived unbothered. No one knew about Emu's existence for ages. Ever since the death of Joy Boy, Emu has ruled the world. No one has known about Emu's existence. Emu is just chilling. And I guess because of that, Emu didn't think they needed protection or security. And then suddenly Zebek shows up. And then after this, that's when Emu decides, okay, fuck, anyone who gets in here, they're dead. That would be a reason, I guess. Like that Emu spiked up the security after Zebek's visit. And for the past like 8 centuries, it was perfectly fine. We've seen people observation hockey. Wait, no. We've seen people's observation hockey as they can sense animals, as well as we never have seen the power of animals. Oh, the POV of animals. Huh? What do you mean by that? I mean, it's usually when it comes to like really big animals that they can sense their hockey. Back to my theory as them being devils and... Oh, the... Like Emu and stuff? Ugh. But this whole scene, as epic as it is, like Zebek just went solo, went all the way over there, met Emu and dipped. Why did he give up though? Why stop there? Like, what does this statement mean? He knew there was nothing more he could do in that moment. So he withdrew with these words, just wait, one day I'll be back. Like, and as I said earlier, the only thing I can tie this to, like, he knew there was nothing more that he could do in that moment, is Roger accepting that he could do nothing in Laugh Hill. Like, he went all the way to Laugh Hill and then realized there was nothing he could do yet. So I wonder if this is the same. Because I'm gonna assume that Laftel and Emu are somehow connected in some way, shape, or form. So I wonder if they're... That's the only connection that I can draw between those two. And the only connection in general that I can draw to this statement. Naturally, this incident would never be brought to light. Ironically, on that very day, there was another intruder in the Holy Land. And then, of course, Harold, on fire, is running away. I'm sorry the negotiations went south, and I know trespassing is a crime, but isn't all this going a bit too far? Yeah, it's showcasing the obliviousness of Harold. Like he's too naive for his own good. So I wonder... So far... Actually, I'll get to that when we get there. Because I just had a thought. Around Zebek and... like, between Zebek and Harold. An admiral was murdered. The culprit ran towards the castle. Proceed with caution. It's actually crazy that he killed an admiral. It's absolutely wild. So, two legends running towards each other. Big clash. And this is the first time we've had like the narrator give us stats to a clash. The clash between the two strangers blew everyone away within a 5-kilometer radius. Which is absolutely insane. Five kilometers. That's like half the distance to Sky Island. A Frox took down Admiral before reaching Emu. Then he's scuffed face. Then the scuffed face probably came from Emu after threatening Emu. Yeah, because we don't see Zebek's face when he was with Emu. Like, at least we don't see where was wounded. Like the other side of his face, it's not showing. And Oda only shows it afterwards, and we see that he's wounded. So either he fought the Admiral, then went to Emu and escaped, or went to Emu, escaped, and then fought the Admiral, or he fought the Admiral in Emu's chamber, the flower garden. Which that will actually, if Zebek actually fought the Admiral like in the flower garden, like where Emu always chills, that would be fucking insane. Actually, like Emu just watching the whole thing. Like, if that's the case, if Emu saw Zebek taking down Admiral easy, with relative ease, like the whole fight takes like 2 minutes, tops. And Emu sees an Admiral being taken down that easily. That would make sense why Emu didn't attack. So he does look a bit roughed up. And this clash is really, really dope. And it's hard to tell whether... I'm gonna assume their blades touched. This is not like how Roger and Whitebeard clashed. Because there was no build up, I guess. Like I guess they didn't have time to charge their weapon or focus their hockey. It was just instant. But even then, the blast was enormous. Wah, state your name. Barahaha, it's Harold. I'm Rox, and we're your next strike towards the town. They'll enslave you if you get caught. And once again, Harold, too oblivious for his own good. Huh? Why? Don't ask questions. Oh, wait, I didn't notice. They actually do that. Like, they clash again. Or at least Harold attacks the town. Because I missed this on my first read. Like, there's another explosion. Or another shockwave. So, Zebek on his shoulder. How do I get to elbaf? The new order is that way. Wah! If you survive this, let's meet again, Harold. And he just jumps off. Don't be ridiculous, as if I'd ever associate with a criminal like you. What the? Are you seriously just going to jump off the edge? Wait, so below the red line, that's just ocean, right? So what, did he just swim to elbaf? I'm gonna assume he stole one of the ships in the area. Rox had taken down a Navy admiral just moments earlier. Dio, fuck off. Despite all the efforts to save him, the admirals did not survive. It was deemed the most grievous of sins. In the blink of an eye, Rox's infamy boomed. The event set a powerful shock throughout the seas. And I don't get it. It says the event sent a powerful shock throughout the seas. But they also say that they kept this event low profile. Because they didn't want people to know about Zebek. And they didn't want to know about the failure. Sometime later, a ship carrying a great amount of celestial tribute to Merjois was attacked. The gates of justice were destroyed and the attacker fled the scene. Another crazy fucking feat. Do you guys remember how insanely big the gates of justice are? Like, look at this. That is a maroon ship. A marine battleship, and we see how big the gate is. Here we see at Eni's lobby. Wait, what the? Oh, that was a fan made. We see it here. Like, Eni's lobby is not that big of a town, but still a decent size. Like it took quite a bit for the Strats to get to the top over there. Note, and Odin notes that when Red Hair starts his move, it'll send shockwaves across sea. I mean, that has to be That's gotta be metaphorical, like not a literal shockwave. But he is making his move, so we'll have to wait and see. Do you guys remember in Marineford? The Marines were prepping to pull up the metal slabs, so the Whitebeard pirates could not progress. and Ors was lying down on one of the metal slabs from, or one of the metal gates from rising up. Whitebeard could barely make a dent in one of those slabs, in one of those gates. But Zebek destroyed one of the gates of justice. It's a metaphor. No, this is not a metaphor. No, this is quite literal. We can see the literal shockwave across town. Like the house is being blown, like the wind, like the shockwave being so strong. No, this is quite literal. But Zebek managed to destroy one of these gates. Like, how do you even do that? Like, what kind of power do you need? Unless he had an ancient weapon with him. The metaphor in manga, no, they're doing the thing. But seriously, I don't think even the Whitebeard and Big Mom's combo attack, I feel like not even that will pierce through the gates of justice. Wait, those are, what are old ones? Gates of Justice? Oh, the music stopped. If you're saying that Zebek maybe destroyed older versions of the Gates of Justice that were weaker, I guess? That would be possible. Because as strong as Zebek did, like, I don't think the difference between him and, like, Kaido's top 5, I don't think the difference between them is that big. Like, if you take Prime Roger, Prime Zebek, Prime Whitebeard, Shanks, Prime Kaido, and Prime Big Mom, and have them fight in a free-for-all, I don't think you're gonna have a guaranteed winner. It could go either way. So unless the previous, or unless, if there is a previous version of the Gates of Justice that were like much smaller and weaker, I guess, and then they built these, so like, because of Zebek, almost indestructible ones. Unless Zebek even back then had a ancient weapon, I do not see him doing, like, being able to destroy this thing. Anyway, let's continue. Sometime later, a ship carrying a great amount of celestial tribute to Mary Joie was attacked. The Gates of Justice were destroyed, and the attacker fled the scene. The stolen funds were later used to support the Rock's pirate activities. Until that point, Rox had always acted against the world government, but after that, he started to target pirates too. And it's kind of hard to tell who's on the wanted posters. Like during the live reaction, I tried to see who was in there, but it was really hard to tell. In the world of pirates, there exists a long-standing tradition known as Davy Backfight. Pirate crews would complete in a series of matches, wagering their flags or even their crewmates in a truly ruthless game. Can you imagine being one of the bozos who skipped both Long Ring Longland and Skypiea? Can you imagine being that type of stupid? to just decide to skip whole ass arcs for the sake of catching up. And now you're caught up, having missed Skypiea and Longwing Longland, and you have to deal with this shit. And then being forced to go back and read them. Or watch them. So we see three types of Davy Backfight games. One being a sailboat battle. So they have two small sailing boats, sail ships. And Zebek shooting the other one. Then we have the classic boxing match. And in here, a supposed axe battle. But Zebek is holding something, which looks like a hat, a straw hat. Which is just drawn so weird, it's hard to tell what's going on. Besides of Rock's one poster, it's the same metaphor used for red hair? Wait, what metaphor? Like what? Like the bounty not showing? Man, I don't really understand why Oda decides to not showcase the bounty. Oh, the event is just... No, okay, yeah, I see. I see what you're saying. I think we're talking about the clash. But this doesn't fully add up. Like it says they sent the event sent a powerful shock throughout the seas. But they also said that they kept the event under wraps, like so people don't know about the failure of, like how they did with Luffy and taking down Crocodile. Like they wanted to keep it a secret, but it still sent shockwaves throughout the seas. But I'm guessing this is despite the world government trying to hide it. It still sent shockwaves throughout the seas. So Rox used this tradition to build his entire crew. They had won many scoundrels to their side before they even had a flag. By the way, a point I forgot to make. So here we see him with a small crew. But with Emu, he said the man claimed to be a Davy Jonesian pirate, but he didn't even have a crew here. So I wonder if he did have a crew and lost them because of a Davy backfight. Like nothing strength or like just a silly game, like maybe, I don't know. Just a silly game and he lost all his crew. But he still, despite having a crew, he still called himself a Davy Jonesian pirate. So I wonder if he had, throughout the years, had several different types of crews and just kept like winning crew members and losing the entire crew at some point, and then winning new ones. After that, they made it to elbaf. Similar meaning of admirer of Davy Jones. No, more so like someone who like follows the code of Davy Jones, of like, I don't think it's per se an admirer, because it's an unwritten law that everyone has to like respect the laws of the Davy backfight. But Zebek built his entire crew around it. So in a way, Wapol would be a Davy Jonesian pirate. Because that's pretty much all he does. That's how he built his crew. No, wait, did I say Wapol? I meant... What did I say Wapol? Foxy. Foxy, why did I say Wapol? Foxy. So essentially, Foxy and Zebek are the same kind of pirates. So then here we see this version of Zebek's crew. Does that mean Rocks beat them all or so? I mean, it doesn't have to be like a power thing. Like, they were playing other games too. Like, it can be, like, they could play chess for all I care. Like, if both agree on playing chess, embedding crew members, then it falls under the law of the Davy Back fight. Or whether it be arm wrestling, or a foot, or like a running race. Yeah, any stakes. Fucking cooking contest. But I am curious. I really want to know what type of game Whitebeard lost in. Like, what game would Whitebeard lose at? I would have to guess it's something luck related. Unless it's actually cooking, and Whitebeard just sucks at cooking. Zebek. Oh, right, up here. West Castle. Oh no, I rushed home as fast as I could. But I'm glad you've already turned the corner on your recovery. Thank goodness. I know that you're strong, Loki, but you shouldn't wander into the realm of the dead. You got lucky escaping with nothing more than that after falling off that cliff. What if it's laughing? I mean, I don't think Whitebeard would lose that. I mean, Whitebeard's laugh is pretty fucking dope. Especially like with his old voice actor in Marineford. Dad really came back? It has to be coincidence. He couldn't have come for me. I've also noticed that Loki has never, so far hasn't said a single word to Harold. He's quite a loudmouth. He has no trouble shit talking. But whenever Harold's there, he just shuts up. For some reason. Rocks, I've heard all about your crimes. What are you doing here? I missed you, Harold. You gotta join my crew. The government won't hear you out, right? You get it now? The time has come. Don't be stupid. If I anchor myself with a thug like you, I'll lose all the good I've built up with my allies. What of it? Aren't those allies government pawns? What's the point of reaching for something that's impossible? You gotta level the playing field. Don't be a wet blanket, Harold. Elbaf has the greatest warriors in the world. If something churns your stomach, you could just crush it. And on my first reaction, I described them as Beige Capone's dad, Shiki, I don't know, some dude, Whitebeard, and Katarina Devon's dad. That's the old way, says Harold. Elbaf has changed. People never change, says Zebek. That same bloodlust is still pulsing through you. Hey, can't you two just enjoy the meal? Whitebeard just chilling in the back. You guys should know that if you follow a man like him, you'll only be led to ruin. Then you have Shiki. Following? That moron? Jihaha. Don't make me laugh. We're all completely out for ourselves. None of us would bat an eye if Rox died. And then we have Miss Buckingham, Stussy. Well, that's not to say his plans don't have a certain appeal. They could prove very lucrative. And then we have Capone's dad. Have you heard of Hachinoso? The place they call the Isle of Exiles. Or even Pirate Island. Countries all around the world send their worst inmate there as a form of penal exile. So we have Miss Bucking, the Tech Bandits, Shiki the Wicked, and Don Marlon. The Whitebeard. It was meant to be a barren island with no food, where all you could do was wait for death. But last year the survivors started banding together. And why do you think that happened? Believe it or not, the island had a massive gold deposit. A shadowy organization found out and got involved. They helped the criminals amass a fortune that really pissed off the world government. And then you have Edward Newgate, Ochoko, the pirate prophet, and Ganzui, the smuggler. We haven't heard his name before. Like Ganzui, he has not been mentioned before. But Ochoko, I mentioned it during the live reaction, but he has there's two versions of his name. The Japanese version is Ochoko, but there's also the Chinese name being Wanji. And it's supposed to be like based on a real pirates that lived in the way back when. But we've seen a Thriller Bark zombie jump. Wait, this guy? Oh shit! Yeah, oh wow. Oh, yo, you're right, yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I actually didn't, wow, I didn't make that connection. Huh. No, I actually just found out. Huh. It's actually crazy. Wow. I gotta say, he looks better with the helmet. Like those glasses, those glasses do not work for him. Like this is a much cooler design. Were you I mean, there were plenty of people there. Like, I think I reached, what, 30 people at some point? But we were too busy discussing Ochoko. Because we were discussing the possibility of Ochoko being related to Katarina Devon. Because they do really look alike. And that was my first reaction when I saw him. Like, I jokingly said that's Katarina Devon's dad. But I didn't pay attention to him at all. But then again, it was pretty late, so there's a reason why I'm doing this right now. Because I didn't have the time to go in depth. And there were also people saying that he's related to Caribou, which I'm not really on board with. Nobody mentioned. Yeah, nobody mentioned. Yeah, we were talking mostly about Katarina Devon, and other people were saying that nah, he's related to Caribou. But nah, not like it doesn't look like Caribou. So if anything, like chances are he's not related to anyone. But if there's anything, there's a higher chance of it being Katarina than Caribou. But I did not expect Ochoko to look like that though. I expected him to have like some sort of Chinese stylistic design, because it's supposed to be a Chinese. It's inspired by a Chinese pirate, Wang Ji, and Ochoko being the Japanese name. It can be Katarina Devon because they defeated him. How old is Katarina? And it's actually kind of crazy that he lived. He survived the. He actually survived God Valley. So Ochoko survived God Valley, and Ganzui apparently died. Who else is there? Yo. Remind me, were there any regular war government marijuana nights in Kuma's flashback? Like in God Valley? Without a face, so maybe 30 plus. Okay, so I'm guessing Oda has not mentioned Katarina's age. Because these knights, they might as well be like the protectors, celestial dragon guards who were killed during the God Valley incident. Man, it's so strange looking at Thriller Bark with a completely different light right now. Just simply because now it's pretty much confirmed. It's all but confirmed that Punk Hazard or the Thriller Bark is God Valley. Actually wild. You mentioned 36? Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting the Vapor Guards. Oh, and by the way, I have an idea for Thursday, since we're on break. I mentioned the idea like quite a while ago. But I finally found a software that I can use to work with. But I want to do a stream where we like try to figure out what Luffy's dream is. Like we just have, so I have a software where we can like copy, like cut and paste screenshots and connect docs with each other, so we can use that as a template and try to connect as many dots as we can to try and figure out what could possibly be Luffy's dream. And I would need like chat to also like throw in ideas, as many as possible. So that's what I want to do on Thursday. And it could be multiple parts. Like if we completely exhaust all ideas, then maybe the Thursday is all we get. But if there's a lot left to be discussed, then we can do it other times during other break weeks. So, let's continue. These days, anyone who gets near the island gets swarmed by hardened criminals. They'll strip you of everything. So then we got a deal with the government. I asked, how much are you gonna pay us if we take that island back for you guys? Once we get the money, we'll take down Pirate Island and split the mountain load of loot between us. there's no way in hell we'll just be handing over the island to those criminals after that. Get it? So I wonder, like, he said... So he says he already proposed the deal to the government, but he has not said if they've accepted or not. Whitebeard is the only odd one there. I mean, Harold, too. I mean, Harold not really because of his size, I guess, but Whitebeard is not small, don't get it. But in terms of, like, just being decent human beings, Harold and Whitebeard are the only ones there. I'll take charge of Hachinosu, and with these dumbasses under me, we'll turn into a pirate paradise. I can already see the government and Marines standing there with like little dogs. Was a maniac before. But he's changed. This is just the prologue to my life. Interesting statement. Like, to what extent can we take that statement? Like, how literally can we take that statement? Does he mean just later in life, or are we talking a second life? Using that island as... Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot he spoke like an actual pirate. Using that island as me base, I'll crush the navy, bring the Holy Land crashing down, and after that, I'm gonna be king of the world. And I almost missed this in my live reaction. I almost missed Loki. Yo, fuck off. Loki standing there, full admiration of rocks. Nice accent, thanks. I mean, the moment he said using that island as me base, that's just popped in my head. Like, that's how he talks. Your enemies are too big. You're picking a fight with the whole planet. Say what you want. One day someone's bound to pull it off. There's no such thing as power that lasts forever. Join me, Harold. If we team up, we will be unstoppable. He is not wrong in that. And Big Mom was not part of the crew yet. It's a bitsy German accent? Wait, me? Like, so where did Big Mom get the idea from? That having the giants on her side will get her to be Pirate King? Was it from Zebek? Or does she know something more? Quit inviting me. I told you I'm the king. That doesn't matter. I'm going to claim it. The whole damn world. Loki suddenly realized he found salvation. Yeah, Loki, full admiration, shedding tears. 4 years passed. Harold continued rejecting the numerous invitations he received until one day, Rox's plan finally reached its fruition. Backed by his monstrous crew, he would send shockwaves throughout the world. The legend embarks. Set sail, you bastards! So, this is what I wanted to get to earlier. So it says here, Harold continued rejecting the numerous invitations he received until one day. But it can read the statement both ways. Either Harold continued rejecting the numerous invitations until one day he decided to join because he saw Rox's plan being successful. Or Harold continued rejecting numerous invitations, and that's the end of that like context. And then it just continues until one day Rox's plan finally reaches fruition. God Valley incident? No, the God Valley incident is like... So right here, this conversation, God Valley is not until 10 years later. Or am I wrong? Because we did the math last week. This should be 10 years before the God Valley incident. And then, right here, 4 years later, so God Valley should be 6 years later. And God Valley does not happen until the world government, or at least until the Marines steal something from Hachinosu. They steal something from Rox. I think I would quit being nice king. I think I would quit being nice king because of Rox's fall. I don't think he... I mean, it didn't seem like he cared that much about Rox. Like the... But I wonder if he joined... I wonder if he joined the Rox Pirates. And depending on whether Harold joined or not, depending on that decision, we'll get more from Rox. Like if Harold decided to join the Rox Pirates, we are going to get more Rox content. But if he just stuck to his guts and said, no, I'm not going to join, then this is probably all we're going to get from the Rox Pirates. Okay, so good. So God Valley is much later, yeah. Yeah, well, most likely we'll skip. I mean, not right away, because we still have to see Loki grow up and Harold's journey continue. Because I feel like something is going to happen to Harold. Something that maybe will change something in Harold's way of thinking. Because so far, Harold's biggest trait, is his obliviousness. Like his naivete. Like he was aware that he was doing something illegal by going to Marijois. But he did not fully grasp how big of a crime that's considered. So this whole time, like he said, they'll enslave you if you get caught, and Harold is like, what? Why? So I wonder if he realizes how fucked the world government is, that he'll finally push back and join Rox. Like, I feel like Harold is gonna witness something that will change his entire worldview. And Harold cutting off his horns, I feel like the reasoning behind it is a lie. Because he has given up on being like a ruthless warrior, but he still has the horns. But he still torn them off for some reason, and it's not what they told us, I feel like. Something horrible? Because he looked so mean and angry in this picture with his... Yeah, like he looks... I mean, not necessarily mean, but like... I don't know, he just looked... Like the look in his eye, it's hard to point out. Like, why did he take off his horns? You think so? No, I don't think someone ripped them off. I still think he ripped them off himself. But I think the reason why is not what they told us. Because like they told us, he tore off his horns because they're a symbol of the way of like elbaf's warrior ways or some shit. But he's already at this point he's already given up on that. Like he's already said, nah, elbaf has changed. We're not about that anymore. But he still has the horns. To make them believe? It doesn't seem like he needs to. Unless it's like the higher ups of elbaf. Like the shadowy figures that were like telling him who he can and cannot marry. If it's related to if the reason is related to elbaf, then it has to be because of the higher ups, and not to set a example to the civilians. And if it's outside of elbaf, then it has to be related to the world government. You know what's crazy? We're getting like we're getting the type of flashback for Harold, which I wanted for Kaido, and we still have not gotten. We still have yet to see Kaido in this flashback. To make them believe they are not savages because we're gonna believe and executed. I mean, he managed to convince the people in elbaf pretty easily. Like they gave some pushback, but they were like, I mean, Dory and Brogy are still gonna run wild, and Harold told them, nah, they're cool with humans. They've always been respectful to humans, and they were like, all right, cool. So I don't think it's the people that need convincing. There has to be something else. Unless something happens that sparks up a resistance from the giants. But as for now, I don't see that being a reason for Harold to do. Like even during the famine, like the giants were revolting. They were being savages again, and he kept his horns. Okay, question. Do you guys think Harold was in the God Valley incident? Do you think he participated alongside Rocks? Wasn't the introduction said that he... No, yeah, I still believe that he ripped them on his own. I just think his reasoning is different from what they told us. I think they lied about his reason for ripping them off. Okay, so Milo, you don't think he was in God Valley? It would be actually, honestly, it would be really. That's just insane. Actually, now that I think, no, you're right. I think the god. If Harold was, I don't think Rocks would have lost if Harold was fighting alongside Rocks in God Valley. But then again, the whole Rocks Pirates crew was very unstable because of the nature of the crew. Like there were too many captains on one ship, and they were too selfish. They did not cooperate. None of them would risk their lives for each other. The only ones who I think would be willing to do it are Whitebeard, Kaido, because I think he looked up to Rocks, and Harold if he was cool with if he was actually cool with Zebek. The rest of them, they would not give a shit. As strong of a crew, as strong as the Rocks Pirates crew was, that's what led to their downfall, not because they were weak. Do you think Emo pulled to God? That would be insane. That would actually be insane. There's too much characters already. Though, if that's I think the only reason why Oda didn't show us the God Valley incident is because Harold was not introduced yet. Like right now, there's no one left. Unless it's, like you said, Imu himself. Like we've gotten Garling, we've gotten the Holy Knights. We already know most of the Rock's Pirates crew. If he rejected rocks until one day, can we... Ooh, oh, Roger... Why didn't I think of that? I didn't think of that. Well, that would be so dope if... I didn't even think of that. Like, all I was thinking about in terms of the old generation was Kaido and Big Mom. And rocks. But I never... For some reason, I didn't consider Roger going to elbaf and meeting Harold. Well, I mean, fair point, yeah. I mean, he was in the Oden flashback, so might as well. I will shit myself if it's in the last voyage, and Oden is with them. Because elbaf is pretty close towards the end of the Grand Line, towards the end of the New World. So I would assume Roger would have had to visit. Roger could actually could come to elbaf twice. We could see Roger twice in this flashback. Like potentially next week when Roger is a rookie. And then a few weeks later, like at the end of his journey. With Oden. So was Luffy when her... Wait, so was... Oh, okay. Wait, you're saying actually... I mean, I feel like you're making the connection that Harold would, like, join Roger in some way? Maybe his fleet or something, but I don't think so. Like, I feel... Of course, Harold would be more aligned with Roger, I guess, because Roger is not as fucked up as Rocks. I don't think Harold needs to. It's actually crazy. I did not consider Roger coming here. I was so focused on the Rock's Pirates. Big Mom and Kaido. Forgot how big of a role Roger also played in that incident. So yeah, what's... And Hachinosu is pretty close to elbaf, if I recall. Hachinosu should not be too far away. Harold made back with Fishman, and so... I mean... Yeah, Harold is he's a solid dude, and Fishman Island was under Whitebeard's protection after Roger died. Like, he kept Fishman Island under his watch because pirates were just going wild in there. Yo, hold up. I definitely think Roger was the one that changed Harold. But like it looked like it almost looked like Harold changed for the worse. Why would Roger have that effect on him? Like if it, like I feel like Roger and Harold would just hit it off. I mean, Harold, in his picture without the horns, like he did not look like the Harold we see here. Like this cheerful and high-spirited Harold. Like the one in the picture was very not bounded by position or someone's approval, like world government. I mean, he's already pretty free-spirited. He just doesn't grasp the situation. He doesn't grasp the power of the world government. Like, he tries to negotiate and like do business with other countries, but he's not allowed. He's not allowed to because he's not affiliated with the world government. But he still does not fully grasp it. That's So I wonder if the realization of how powerful the world government is and how you have to like essentially bend over to be able to do business with other countries, that's what changes him, maybe? Hollanders talked as if they were doing okay with Harold until his blunder. We need more. Like, his first wife already did the change. You just understand that's the point. Yeah. The point Shamrock visiting his grave. I mean, why? Not just visiting his grave, but like, why was the summoning thingy over there? Like, they were summoned in West Castle. Unless, it would be so fucked up if Harold actually bends over and tries to get elbaf affiliated with the government and have them pay tribute. Like that's the only peaceful solution that he sees to essentially just become a have elbaf be affiliated. That would suck. Like, that would be a huge downfall for Harold. Harold definitely was invited after Roger's death. That's why Shanks was able to meet. What if they took him? Took Ada to bend over? Okay, that's a possibility. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Jay. But like, the reason would still be why. And yeah, if they take Ida as a hostage, that would explain why she disappeared and how she gets removed from the story in a way. Because she is in the realm of the dead, so she would be an easy target. And that would stop Harold from going to war. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Milo. Yeah. Was invited to join the Reverie as an affiliate country. Wait, was he? But elbaf is not affiliated anymore, right? And actually, elbaf does not have right now. Elbaf does not have a official king. Because when Emu arrived, they tried to make Dory and Brogy be the official kings. Because of his blunder. I mean, the world government calls it a blunder. I think to us as readers, it's not going to be a blunder. It's going to be the proper, like the right decision. But they call it a blunder because they see it as them being betrayed. I still need to know why. Why did he decide to bend over? Harold definitely wanted to be affiliated. Shanks met him at Reverie. I mean, there's a difference between being wanted. Oh, I'm sorry, geez. There's a difference between wanting to be affiliated, feeling forced to feel affiliated, and just seeing no other choice. Like, that's the only peaceful way to, like, be able to do business with other countries. And then so far, it does not look like Harold has been forced through extortion or some shit. And Harold being a former, or I would say, Harold trying to abandon like the warrior ways of elbaf. I think because I think he sees. Jesus, how do I explain it? So Harold trying to abandon the warrior ways of elbaf to such an extent that he chooses bending over as opposed to going to war. Because he sees that as the only peaceful way. Maybe because they gamble, if you obey us, the elbaf will be affiliated. But there's a whole other side to this, though. Because it's not just obedience that the world government wants. They want giants. Like, they want military power. And elbaf supposedly had the strongest military power in the world. It just clicked. It just clicked. Harold negotiated with the world government, with the Gorosei most likely, to have elbaf affiliated. And their demand was to pledge giant warriors to the world government, to be a fighting force for the world government. And Harold kept insisting, oh no, we're not gonna do that. That is not elbaf anymore. And they kept pushing Harold to do it. So right in front of them, Harold just grabbed his horns, ripped them off to show them, nah, this is not us anymore. That would be a path that is possible to showcase how, like, to showcase that elbaf has actually changed. And then by ripping his horns off, that's also, I guess, security or like insurance for the Gorosei, that elbaf actually does not have warriors anymore. so they don't pose a threat anymore. Maybe because they can, or you can control the king who'll go against. So, if my theory is correct, Harold ripped off his horns to prove to the Gorosei that elbaf is not about war anymore. War Curie, okay. Mother Caramel? I mean, at this point, Mother Caramel should be dead. She should already be eaten up. By Big Mom. Wait, that's what you said before? To prove, no, but you were saying that he had to prove that to his people, to the giants. But I'm saying he's proving that to the Gorosei. He went to such an extent to have elbaf affiliated to the world government that he ripped off his horns in front of the Gorosei to show them this is not elbaf anymore. And that's what finally made them accept, because they did not see elbaf as a threat anymore. Because there's a difference between ripping them off for his own people, for the giants, and going to that extent. Because so far there is no reason to go that far for his own people. Like it seems like the giants have been. It seems the giants have accepted Loki, Harold's decision. Wait, you mean to make them believe they are not savages because the world government believed and executed a lot of savage giants? That? But no, before that you were arguing that he was proving it to the giants, not to the world government. I don't think that's going to move the Gorosei. I mean, the Gorosei, they definitely see elbaf as a threat. Like, warrior elbaf, they see them as a threat. So if they know that elbaf has no military anymore, that's what convinces them, and not necessarily Harold taking off his horns. Like, of course, that is meaningless to those old fucks, but more so that elbaf is not about, like, it does not have military power anymore. That would be insurance enough that they would not revolt against the world government. Because I think just ripping off his horns, yeah, like you said, that's not going to be enough to convince them. But that, alongside the fact that he's all about diplomacy, and it's not like the world government cares about peace and about countries being peaceful. They just don't want any threat that can overthrow them. But they, exactly, that they wanted that power. So essentially, I'm just going full assumptions, like how the conversation went. So Harold went there to negotiate for to be affiliated, and the Gorosei were like, fine, but you'll have to give us your military. We want your military power to be ours. So not only would that be like a security, a insurance for the world government, but that would increase their military power, and that would increase their military power by like how many times? But that would also weaken elbaf to the point that they would be a safe country to be affiliated with. But Harold, having abandoned that path for elbaf, telling them no, we're not that anymore. We're not about that life anymore. And then the discussion continues, and then I guess Harold then rips off his horns, tells them like, we do not have a military anymore. You can maybe have them even inspect elbaf for having any military whatsoever, and that's what convinces them, I guess. That's why they burn school. I mean, yeah, knowledge is like their biggest fear. But Harold might have disagreed that's really feasible. Disagreed with what? Giving them military? I mean, there's no, like, he cannot disagree with something he doesn't have. Like, if I can tell you to like give me $1 million, but it's not like you can deny giving it to me if you don't have it. You're not gonna tell me no, I'm not gonna give it to you. You're gonna tell me no, I don't have it. That's the difference. And I think it's more so that the world government did not believe him, that elbaf does not have warriors anymore. I still wonder. Like, Oda has been building up the giants for so long that they're so, like, that their power is required for anyone who wants to like climb the top. How is he gonna do that if the giants are now, they're not peaceful anymore, except for like the only warriors left are the giant pirates, the new giant pirates, and Loki. I feel like that's not gonna be enough. Like, that's not the whole elbaf military. So how will Oda incorporate them into coming back into the story? We have the frozen giants, like the Galera company. Maybe the Galera giants are gonna play that role, because they've been frozen in time essentially. Maybe if they thaw out, and they'll like join Luffy's side or whatever. Or Distorted Future, Bonnie. Bonnie can use her powers to turn the elbaf giants momentarily into a military power. Distorted Future, or alternate future elbaf warrior, and that's how she can essentially revive them momentarily. See, rocks, it's exactly like a Pleurazone. I guess. I mean, he also has like a similar feather cape. I thought their role was to rebuild Noah. I mean, but they're frozen. And they're not just shipwrights, like they're actually warriors. And speaking of the giants that are frozen, depending on when they were frozen, they might have been freed already. If they were frozen in Punk Hazard before Aokiji and Akainu had their fight, there's a chance that they've been freed because of Akainu's magma, and we just don't know it yet. And they just went and escaped that island. But if they were frozen, if they were just imprisoned in Punk Hazard and Aokiji's ice froze them, then that idea just goes out the window. Yeah, I know there was. I know they were in the frozen side of the island, but Punk Hazard before was not frozen. So maybe it will. Let's say Vegapunk created some sort of ice prison for them underneath, and while they were fighting, Akainu's magma like just ended up hitting that general area and melted that ice. But speaking of frozen people, remember they said about frozen prisoner Impel Down? No. Maybe? What about it? Frozen prisoners in Impel Down. That's level 4, I think, or 5? Maybe. Ooh, maybe it was okay. Damn it. He's on for, is he dead? Ah, right. Is he dead or is he preserved for the future? Like, is that supposed to be a giant or? No shot is that rocks. Preserved for the future? Which does anyone know which chapter that is? Oh, this is Spanish. Fuck. Can be him just at level 5. Fair point, but he is frozen. Like, at least for not permanently frozen. Or preserved for the future. Oh right, I forgot Dofi is still Impel Down. I believe what was he saw. $570. Wait, isn't 570 much later though? Let's see. Jesus, going way too fast. The Bridge of Life. Yeah, this is much later. Let's go to 552. Yep, much earlier. Where's my JoJo music? Oh, it's not showing. Oh yeah, so level 5 is the frozen hill. Okay, so that's Blackbeard. Yeah, I think it's still before that. Damn. Still before that. Luffy was already frozen here and taken... Okay, getting close, getting close. Central Tower, Frozen Hell. Got a nice new cellmate today. Okay, so these people are not fully frozen. Ah, my shoulder's kind of stiff. The keys, you left the keys here. Never thought about bringing it up before. Eva. Never heard of such a person. Who are you? Emporio Ivankov. Yeah, I remember him. He's dead, isn't he? Are you looking for somebody who isn't here anymore? How did you break out anyway? Bust me out too, come on. I'm looking for someone named Eva. Okay, so so Bound Clay looking for Eva. Damn it, so that's still too early, or too late. I thought it was close because the gate looked familiar. That was a long ass chapter. Man. Did I miss it? Fuck. Damn, I'm gonna give up. Yeah, it's probably later than this. Okay, so still level... They're still high up. I'm so confused. Try to Google it. Like, the Reddit post did not show it. Like, I want more context to that statement. Actually, let me do something crazy here. Oh, I'm already right there. Oh, I'm already on the right chapter. 535. Okay, let's see. Right after Luffy gets defeated. Wait, hold up. Twin jet pistol. Spits him out. Falls down. Hey, guard. Okay, so that's Ace. Luffy. The poison getting to him. Not able to aim properly. Falls down. This is your punishment, intruder. You will suffer for 24 hours and then will go to hell. Okay, here we go. Magellan. Amor de Magellan. There seems to have been a botched escape attempt in the passage to level 3. What happened? We're not exactly sure yet. Hey. He's done for. Is he dead? Or is he being preserved for the future? My finger fell off. Really, that's all we're getting? I thought there was more to... Okay, so that's... Is this just random, or is this a seed being planted from Oda? What is going on here? It's also, we're also not seeing the size of him, like how big he is. I don't know. I don't think it's the cell Luffy was in. It's a different one. I wonder. Anyway. Reserved for the future. And then we have giants frozen underneath Punk Hazard. Remains the question of whether they were frozen before or after Aokiji fought Akainu. And even though they're on the side that was frozen, I don't think Punk Hazard got split in half right from the moment they started fighting. I'm gonna guess it was towards the end. So when they started fighting, like the first couple days, the island was probably just fine, like just how it's supposed to be, just frozen and melted here and there. And some of the magma attacks might have landed close to the giants and have melted the ice. Maybe, possibly. Chances are very low, but it's something that could have happened. Jeez. Oh my fuck, it's 7 p.m. Holy shit. That's crazy. Whew. I think I've gotten everything out of my chest. I mean, I could go for much longer because there's an infinite amount of topics to discuss for One Piece. Need to watch? Okay, yeah, sure. Already told Jay, but I have an idea for Thursday. So Thursday I'll be doing a special One Piece stream since we're on break. And I'm gonna be doing a stream to try and figure out what Luffy's dream is. Because I'm confident that we have all the pieces we need to at least go figure out, at least to look in the right direction of what Luffy's dream is. Because all the people we have all the reactions of the people that have heard Luffy's dream, and we know them well enough to know what they like and dislike. So, based on that information, I think we should at least be able to figure out where to look. Luffy and the others blow it up. Oh, that's actually true. Even if Akainu didn't melt, fair point, yeah. But then again, there's also the smile monster that might have killed them. Hold on real quick, can you name your top moments with all the Straw Hats example? Really? Okay. Let's see. Starting with Zoro, nothing happened. Easy one. Robin, I want to live, obvious. But also, Also, her feeling like the... How do you say it? When Sanji asked for her help, that she was so happy about it. For Nami... Nami's gotta be the help me scene. Rob's same as... There we go. That was... Told you that was high for me. Yep. Usopp. Usopp. Has to be... So in Enies lobby, when Luffy was down fighting Lucci, and Usopp pretty much used himself as bait to lure Lucci towards him and give Luffy the extra push to stand up and fight. But that more so has to do, for me, the voice actor for Usopp, he killed that scene. I think that has to be my favorite for Usopp. For Frankie. Ooh, Frankie. Is there even... Like, it's hard to rank Frankie's favorite best moment. I think for Frankie it has to be when he ran over Big Mom with a motorbike. I've been saying I'm not go... Ah, right. But that's Enies lobby, isn't it? For Frankie, it's not just it's driving over Big Mom and then telling Nami, why are you afraid of a fucking emperor? Our pet captain is gonna be Pirate King. That whole scene. Who do we have left? Chopper. Ooh, okay. Chopper has to be, I think, Enies lobby. When he turned Monster Point. Remember when he grabbed that, I forgot his name, like the dude who controls his hair? Then how he flicked him away, like he threw him away. That throw has to be my favorite Chopper moment. Like that scene, whenever I think about it, I just see it happen right in front of me. That was such a brutal scene. Don't you want to see... Don't you want to see Cap... Wait, is that Frankie's quote? Yeah, like for Chopper specifically, that throw, how he throws that dude away. That's his best moment. For Brook, very underrated moment, but I have two for him. I'm gonna start with the one that's number 2. Like when he calls Big Mom young lady. He tells the Big Mom, young lady, something along the lines of, young lady, why do you think someone has a plan to die, or something along those lines? That was a hard moment, but the best Brook moment was Sabaudi after the time skip. Like how he declares to the world that Luffy will become Pirate King. Underrated and heavy moment. Brook easily poneglyphs? I mean, how he stood in front of Big Mom fearless, calling her young lady, that was raw as fuck. But like I said, his concert at Nini's lobby, declaring to the world that Luffy will become Pirate King, that was the hardest moment for me. As for Jinbei, I think for Jinbei it has to be him returning to Cup to Big Mom. Like having the balls to... Yep, there we go. Brook stays strong, Luffy's alive, and he'll... Yeah, exactly, that's Jay. Like no one ever talks about that, but that is such a hard moment. And only leaves us with Luffy. How do you even choose for Luffy? He has so many. Wait, did I forget? Did I not have Sanji? Oh shit, I forgot Sanji. Huh. Okay, let's do Sanji first before I do Luffy. For Sanji... Bowing down to Zeph in... So yeah, him bowing down to Zeph and thanking him is definitely high up for me. But I feel like there's one I'm missing. Sanji gotta be NL? Oh, with the cigarette you mean? I guess, but it's not up there. Like, for at least not, I mean, I know people love that scene, but for me, he has better moments, I think. So him bowing down to Zeph. Setting it from, I mean, damn, it was, Whole Cake Island with Sanji was just painful for me to read. Because that's where, like, Whole Cake Island was, that's really elevated Sanji for me. Oh, you mean on the table? Wait, we got a light? Punched by a shark? Oh, punched by a shark. I mean, those are combat feats. So for me, him bowing down to Zeph is up there. The reveal of Diable Jambe. Him like trying to... A huge one. Very small detail, but in Ini's lobby, when they were running away from the Pacifista, Luffy or Sanji abandoned Nami to save Zoro. Because he knew how hurt Zoro was. That was a huge one. Sanji has so many, fuck. He has the Mr. Prince moment. Always infiltrations. Attacking Doflamingo. They've been kicking lights. I mean, to me, that was not that shocking because I already expected that from him. Like, to me, that was not outside the realm of possibilities. No, for Sanji, it has to be bowing down to Zeph and thanking him. In Baratier. That has to be my favorite moment for Sanji. Which leaves us then with Luffy. Which is even more difficult. I'm gonna have to say that, oh, fuck, there's so many for Luffy. But it's gotta be Gear 5. His first Gear 5 reveal. Because Gear 5 is the payoff of everything that Luffy represents. All being showcased into a single form. Better than opening Gates of Justice? Oh, for Sanji. I mean, that was... I'm kind of incorporated that into his like infiltration missions. That he goes like when he goes on his solo in infiltration missions, that's incorporated in that. But bowing down to Zeph just hits different for me. Oh wait, why is Gear 5 cheating though? I'm not talking about Gear 5 in general, but like the first time he went Gear 5, like when he finally got explained what Gear 5 is, and he just showcased everything that Luffy is being paid off into that. It's too peak. I mean, for Luffy, there's how, like, just the way he does things. Like with Momo, not accepting help for, refusing to help the samurai until Momo asked him personally. Telling Momo to bite Kaido, and then telling him, you just bit an Emperor of the Sea. What else do you have to fear? The Celestial Dragon Punch. Fuck. The Celestial Dragon Punch. Zoro is him saying, or Kaido, he's a Captain White. Wait, that's your favorite? I mean, that is a dope-ass moment. Damn. Higher than nothing happened. I would say Luffy is giving the dog back his food and say, hey, why JK? That is a peak moment. Then we have the song on Skypiea when he gets interrupted. Asking the zombie tree and zebra to join the crew. Oh no, I know. I've chosen. I've decided. It was the moment that showed to me that Luffy is different from other MCs, and that he's different from, and that One Piece in general is different from other anime. The walk to Arlong Park, putting his head on Nami, the walk to Arlong Park, barging into Arlong Park, asking who Arlong is, and just going straight for a punch. No explanation, no talking, straight to action. Because that to me was the first and best showcase that Luffy is just different from other MCs. No talking, he gave us what we wanted to see. Like he didn't try to reason with Arlong, like negotiate anything. Nah, you made my navigator cry, I'm gonna punish you now. And he fucking delivered. Like that whole scene it showed us who Luffy is, what he is about. He didn't argue with Nami when she told him, you don't know anything. You don't know what's going on here. And Luffy was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. I don't know how you feel. And just waited for Nami to ask him for help. And that's the reason why people always use that scene as like the benchmark to see if you like One Piece or not. Just watch until the end of Arlong Park. If you still don't like it, then it's not for you. My favorite duel moment is Luffy and Zoro meeting in Wano after. Yeah, that was really dope. Specifically seeing Zoro smile like that. Being so happy to see Luffy. The shadow showing him. Yep, I was gonna mention that too. Like the giant shadow of Luffy standing like with his hat, and yeah. Before that, he was being childish and annoying towards Nami. I mean, no, it's not necessarily annoying. It just was Luffy being Luffy. It's just how we know Luffy. And the best thing about Luffy is like his, like he makes you see, like he shows you who he is. Like he doesn't bother to tell you. In Fishman Island, when they were asking him like, "Are you a friend or foe?" and he was like, "Friend or foe? That's up for you to decide." Like he was like, "I'm gonna let you decide. I don't care." Remember that Luffy beat Arlong just because he made Nami cry. What would we do if he basically treated her? I mean, he found out later. He found out when he was in her room. That was the end of Arlong. Like he saw like the feather pen covered in blood, and he saw all the maps Nami drew, and the chains. From that moment, he broke Arlong's weapon and went for the battle axe. Like he broke metal when he found out. He literally squeezed metal and broke it. Steel. I'm saying the perspective of watching for the first time before you get. Oh no! I didn't even experience him like that. Like to me, he was fun. He was funny as fuck. Like he was Luffy was my reason for continuing because he was funny as fuck. Like to me, it was not annoying at all. Like if he was annoying to me, I don't think I would have continued all the way to Arlong Park. That's similar to Roger destroying an island because someone hurt. Yeah, that was told by Garp, I think. To Dadan. But it wasn't. He didn't destroy an island. He destroyed like several marine battleships or some shit because someone talked shit to his friend or something along those lines. Favorite law moment. Ooh. Okay, let's see. I think during Dressrosa, when he was already defeated by Flamingo, but he still asked, I think it was Cavendish, he told him, let me watch the fight. Like he said, if Luffy dies, I want to die along with him. Like when he showed his true dedication. New art? Oh, send it to the Discord. I want to see. But if we're talking about my favorite moments in One Piece in general, that is a very easy answer. The One Piece is real. Whitebeard's dying words. It's just an undefeated moment. Okay, let's see. Oh. Okay. Is this drawn by Oda? Because this is not his style at all. It kind of looks in the style of that one animator that did the combo attack of Snake Man and Yamato against Kaido. Kind of gives me that vibe. Like with the squiggly lines. The Luffy in the middle. So this is the Straw Hats in their Fishman Island outfits. Yeah, okay, so this is not drawn by Oda. You asked about the One Piece Day reveal. What I'm expecting. But I completely forgot about the anime remake. I really hope they release a anime, a Netflix anime trailer. Give us a trailer and a release date. I want to see that more than the live action. To be honest. Yeah, exactly. Isn't this a fan letter ending? I don't think so. No, this is not. No, this is just original art. Oh, wait, Jinbei is there. No, this is not. This is not the fan letter ending because Jinbei is there. We did not see Jinbei until like Fishman Island. Oh, no, wait. This is post Whole Cake Island. This is Luffy's 1.5 billion bounty. This is way... Okay, this is after Whole Cake Island. Wow. Ooh, speaking about Luffy's best moments. His first billion bounty actually gave me goosebumps throughout my whole body. That was one of my best reading experiences, that chapter. Because my dumbass did not figure out that Luffy was reading the bounty wrong. And throughout the whole chapter I was like trying to find reasons as to why the government would lower his bounty. Because I didn't even imagine the possibility of his bounty being over a billion. So I was just reading, like, what is going on here? Like, are they trying to lure him to Marineford out of spite, or what is going on there? No, he straight up got me. He actually got me. And then I got the reveal and just goosebumps all over my body. And again, not because, for the simple fact, 1.5 billion for Luffy. It seemed fucking. It seemed like it didn't seem real. Because he was at 500 before that. And considering he had so much trouble fighting Cracker and didn't even beat Katakuri, him having 1.5 billion, like back then there were so many reasons to me to not raise his bounty that much. Because it was simply pirates on pirate violence. There was no government. He did not mess with the world government. For the simple fact that he just fucked with Big Mom and lived. That was enough for them to triple the bounty. Hey, fair enough. Cool new poster. I like the art style. But I hope Oda also gives us his own official art piece for the anniversary. So remember the birth of the 5th Emperor. I also fell for that one, because that was the same chapter. As I was reading that whole news article, I was not connecting the dots that Luffy would be the Emperor. Because I was downscaling Luffy that much. Like, I was like, no, he's not there yet. There's no shot. And just my obliviousness gave me the best experience to reading that chapter. Because everything got revealed towards the end, and it was just a huge fucking shock. Luffy being the 5th Emperor, 1.5 billion bounty. Personal favorite One Piece moment is Jinbei giving Luffy blood. That's definitely up there. Definitely up there, but for me, undefeated. Just peak, just undefeated. And then, of course, his death itself. Dying, standing on his feet. Okay, I will end it here though, because I gotta get me some dinner. I gotta get some food in me. I've already told you, on Thursday, big stream, big special One Piece stream. We're gonna be trying to figure out what Luffy's dream is. Because, like I said, I believe we have all the information we need. We have all the hints we need to at least be able to look in the right direction as to what his dream could be. So I think maybe we'll need several streams to pull it off, but I think I'm convinced we're able to do it because we know the Straw Hats so well. We know the Straw Hats so well that we're able to make guesses based on their reactions, and we should at least find one thing that's able to like link up with all their reactions being appropriate. I'm actually excited for that one. I'm not sure if it'll work as I have it in mind, but we'll have to wait and see. So, I'm ending it here. You guys have a good one. I'll be seeing you guys maybe on Tuesday for JJK first, but definitely for One Piece. Peace out.